Hello, you're right on time for Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Tibet Kering, and you can follow this bulletin on YouTube Maisha Television Kenya and also Facebook Maisha Television Kenya. Welcome on board, and we start with Western politics, where Western leaders faces unity test ahead of 2022 poll contest, with the Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa unveiling his own political vehicle. Wamalwa's new party will join ODM boss Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja movement, ready to wrestle with ANC boss Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula of Ford Kenya, perceived to be kingpins of Western region. Former estranged Ford Kenya officials are now the heads of the new political party after the National Party Delegates Conference selected Wafula Wamunyinyi as a party leader and Eseli Simiyu as the Secretary General of the party. Millicent Mahoha with more.
Delegates conference on Tuesday. Member of the party include rebels from Ford Kenya, Dr. Eseli Simiyu. Simba. Eugene Wamalwa declared that the new journey under the umbrella of Democratic Action Party of Kenya is of national unity to build one indivisible nation called Kenya.
We've been waiting expectantly from our two big brothers in Western Kenya, the Honorable Musalia and the Honorable Weta, to give direction. And so far, they don't seem to have agreed even on the presidential candidate or Oka.
Mr. Wamunyinyi had last week hinted at plans to join a new party with which they will join Mr. Odinga's Azimio la Umoja movement, which was launched last Friday.
We have therefore decided that we're going to move to a new vehicle, which we will be unveiling on the 14th of December, when we'll be holding our NDC. With barely 8 months to the 19th of August 2022 general elections, Mulembe leaders are still entangled in unity a few.
But after the launch of Raila Odinga's bid, and of course William Ruto has already been all over the country, it is clear that this race is shaping up into a two-horse race.
A bit after Kandui member of parliament Wafula Wamunyinyi and his Tongareni counterparts Eseli Simiyu quit Ford Kenya outfit.
That have been determined to see a democratic Ford Kenya, those that have been determined to see change in Ford Kenya, to move with us. And we are happy all those chairmen that attended today's meeting and NEC members have resolved that we're going to move together to a new vehicle.
Nafikiri kwanza I should congratulate the party leader Wamunyinyi and the Secretary General Eseli for being elected today by the delegates.
Wamalwa, who joined the Western leader during the Western Jurist Forum held in Nairobi, told the ANC boss Musalia Mudavadi and his Ford Kenya counterpart Moses Wetangula that they are worried about their country's political dynamic.
So tonight, meeting the jurists, Western professionals here in Nairobi, I've told them we're running out of time, and unless our two brothers make up their minds, Western is likely to move on without them.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga is among political darlings of the Western region, where he enjoys massive support. It is a tough joy for Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi under One Kenya alliance, on which Kenya political come to join, but for them, they said, is a three-horse race very much determined to trans Deputy President William Ruto and Raila Odinga in the August poll.
For us to say we stay in the middle in Oka, when clearly all Kenyans can see the two horses that have bolted, they are gathering momentum. Politics is about perception. Politics is about perception. And the perception that is there today in Kenya is that the next president is either going to be Raila Odinga or William Ruto.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
And still in politics, the 2022 elections may spring yet more surprises, with experts saying that ethnic issues, which have traditionally played an important role in Kenyan politics, may no longer carry the weight they once did in the country. With 44 tribes, the battle to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta is now intensifying few months to the general elections, with the main contenders being the ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga, Deputy President William Ruto, the ANC boss Musalia Mudavadi, and the Wipers Kalonzo Musyoka. Bushebi Junior with more on 2022 politics.
From the promises of free monies
Kuanzia mwaka ujao, kila jamii ambaye hawana mapato watakuwa kila mwezi wanapata shilingi 6,000 kutoka kwa serikali,
to the raising of hope for job opportunities for the youth.
Tumekubaliana mpango ni bottom up. Tunakubaliana ni bottom up. Na chama ni UDA. Na form ni hustler.
Politicians are outdoing themselves in quest to win election votes come August 2022. With elections on the horizon, the topic of who will win presidential election has returned to the political arena, and several politicians, including ODM leader Raila Odinga, UDA party candidate William Ruto, and ANC party leader Mudavadi, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka, Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula, among others, have topped the list of presidential aspirants presenting themselves before the Kenyan electorate seeking the top job in the country. On 10th, ODM leader in a colorful parade at Kasarani through the Azimio la Umoja movement officially declared himself a candidate after months of speculations.
On this day of December 10th, 2021, I, Raila Amolo Odinga,
His announcement pictures him against his main opponent William Ruto. Raila Odinga stand to make his 5th bid for Kenya's presidency next year's election ended months of suspense following a surprise truce with his former foe, President Uhuru Kenyatta. The announcement on Friday at a Nairobi stadium packed with political bigwigs and thousands of supporters followed speculation that the 76-year-old, who was the face of Kenya's opposition for decades, had struck a power-sharing deal with Kenyatta to secure his backing for the top job. On the other hand, Deputy President William Ruto is reported to have a double-digit lead over opposition leader Raila Odinga in the presidential race, according to an opinion poll. Ruto leads Odinga by 38% to 23% among likely voters, Nairobi-based pollster Tifa Research said in an emailed statement. About a quarter of respondents are yet to decide who they are likely to back, while another 10% were unwilling to reveal their preferred presidential pick. He will face a difficult fight against his new and much younger rival, Deputy President William Ruto, who was previously promised Kenyatta's backing for the top job in exchange for his support. Ruto has positioned himself as a leader looking to upend the status quo and stand up for the hustlers trying to make ends meet in a country ruled by dynasties. The 54-year-old Ruto initially fought alongside Odinga in 2007 when police crackdowns on protesters and clashes that turned into ethnic attacks killed more than 1,000 people in the post-election violence, eventually prompting a new constitution to devolve power. Ruto teamed up with Kenyatta in 2013.
People have seen today Mount Kenya voting as one block. Kirinyaga has voted unanimously. Other counties have voted unanimously. I said it before, I will say it again. You can rent a Kikuyu, but you cannot buy a Kikuyu. Bottom line, they will still vote for their own people. They know what is good for the region and they will stand with the region.
The Kenyatta and Odinga families have dominated Kenyan politics since independence in 1963. Although Kenya's Jubilee Party has not officially declared its backing for Odinga, several senior party figures attended Friday's convention, including Vice Chairman David Murathe, underscoring the president's support. However, the race for State House is not for Raila and Ruto alone, since heightened political activities by One Kenya Alliance OKA principles have become of major interest to supporters and opponents alike.
Resources of the Republic of Kenya. Who will you trust with the education system? Who will you trust with healthcare? Who will you trust with your family?
Despite the common understanding of forging ahead as a team, the OKA principals remain generally divided on whether or not to team up with Raila and rally behind his presidential bid as allegedly requested by President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Baba, mwaga risasi zako hapo, sisi tunamwaga zetu hapo, bas tunaona mbele itakuwaje. Mimi nitakuwa mfupi sana kwa maneno, kwa ajili mambo mengi sana nimewaambia, and I have been around for some times, na ninataka kuwashukuru kwa ajili wengi mumeanza kuona.
While Mudavadi and Wetangula remain rigid on the Raila factor, with parliamentarians allied to their parties leading attacks on the former premier, Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi seem to be more accommodating. Alongside new OKA member, former cabinet minister Cyrus Jirongo, the duo dissuaded their colleagues against antagonizing a possible ally.
Na mzee wetu Raila Amolo Odinga, yeye ni kiongozi ambaye tunaweza tegemea.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambujabi Junior.
And moving on, West Pokot Governor John Lonyangapuo has condemned the attacks witnessed at the border points of West Pokot County and Elgeyo Marakwet, where a disabled person was shot and injured, and the residents are now calling on the government to withdraw all guns from National Police Reservists. Governor Lonyangapuo urged the Interior and Coordination CS Dr. Fred Matiang'i to ensure bandits have illegal guns are disarmed.
Unfortunately, nimeambiwa bandits kutoka Elgeyo Marakwet, bandits 5 wakiwa na bunduki 5, sijui risasi ngapi kila moja, waliingia hiyo shamba kwa fujo na wakashoot huyo kijana. Vile waliingia hivi, wenye walikuwa kwa miti juu wakashuka, wenye walikuwa kwa simakunia wakakimbia. Mtu mwenye anaweza kukimbia sababu wafahamizi wameingia wakatoroka.
Bona hawezi rudi huko sababu ashajua ni yeye, sababu hata ifenifa saa hiyo alisema kama mmeshapiga mpiga kufe. But hali Mungu ndiye alisaidia. Hata huyu saa hii kama amepona hivi, akipona tu ni kama hawezi rudi huko tena. Kwa sababu huko imekuwa hostel area, hakuna mahali wanakaa. Huko mara kwa sasa saa hizi wako well harmed, hakuna mahali watu wanaishi. Ni hiyo membe tu peke yake ndio watu walikuwa na huko jana. Hiyo membe ikiisha ni kama hakuna mtu mwenye anaenda huko tena. Huko imekuwa hostel area, hakuna mtu mwenye anaenda huko tena.
Gunshot which the entry point was through the left distal thigh, then went through also the right distal thigh, so has bilateral fractures, fracture of the femur on the right and on the left. Okay, so came in, was bleeding, we managed to arrest the bleeding, then we splinted the fracture. So the plan right now, currently the young man is stable.
Naambiwa hao watu 5 wakakuja hapo, mmoja wao akatambua sura ya huyu kijana sababu ni majirani, akaambia wenzake msiue huyu, hakuna kazi hii, mtu kiwete unashoot yeye kwa nini? Unfortunately one of the 4 criminals wakapika huyu kijana risasi Na wengine wakasema kama umepika sasa si ungeua tu basi. Wenyewe wakagombana. Kijana akasema akasoma salt vile mtasikia story yake, akaingia kwa msituni hapo akalala hapo.
And a war of words has ensued between Deputy President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga's allies in the run-up to the 2022 general elections. The leaders continue to rally Kenyans behind their preferred candidates ahead of the much anticipated polls.
Azimio hii mnaenda kutuambia siku hiyo. Baada ya hiyo imekuwa ni vita kubwa. Barabara zetu kutoka Mkutano ya Kasarani kwenda mpaka town, driving mirrors zote zilivunjwa za magari za watu. Everything on the road was looted.
The global goals, the sustainable development goals, for example, if it is a matter of ufakara, we have addressed that one. Poverty, kwa kimombo, poverty, we have addressed that one. Maneno ya njaa tumeaddress sawa sawa, kilimo hata mazingira kwa jumla tumeaddress sawa sawa.
I am no longer afraid of being associated with Raila. I think he's a leader like any other. And I have a responsibility as a leader from my region to help my people fight the phobia. Because I think initially we were sold like Raila was not even human. You know, we were all very much afraid of him. But now we have had access to him. He's a very polite person.
Tunaenda kwa uchaguzi na mimi nilisimama na ODM na hivi bado niko ODM. Na nataka kila mmoja asikie kwamba niko ndani ya chama cha chungwa, lakini kitu ambacho tunasema nomination ambazo zinaenda kufanyika mwaka ujao ziwe huru na haki. Sauti ya wanachama isikike. Nililisema na nitaendelea kulisema. Imefika wakati ambapo wanachama wa chungwa wapewe nafasi ya kuamua viongozi wanaowataka.
And with the unstable economy occasioned by COVID-19 pandemic, Kenyans have resorted to different ways of earning a living, with the common way currently being through formations of community-based organizations, which is commonly known as CBO. Our reporter Philip Simiu highlights how Mihupo CBO started and how its members have benefited from the initiative.
The unity is always the only way to achieve vision in life. Mihupo CBO, located in Sangalo East Ward, Kantui Sub-County, Bungoma County, is a group aiming to uplift low-class people economically. Speaking during the CBO launch, the members, led by the chairperson Boaz Wanjala, have expressed their joy over the start, believing the group will be a success.
Kwa majina naitwa Boaz Wanjala wa Bwila, mwenyekiti wa Mihupo CBO, napatikana East Sangalo Ward, Kantui Sub-County, Bungoma County. This CBO is a non-political organization na ilianzishwa na wanachama wa vikundi ndogondogo. Tulikuja pamoja ili tukaweza kuangalia lengo ya hizi vyama ni nini na ni kitu gani wameweza achieve, lakini tukagundua ya kwamba vyama vingi vinaanzishwa lakini vinakosa mwelekeo ama mzingi. Kaona tuje pamoja kama vikundi tusaidiane, at least lijinzikano za challenge objectives zao. Number 2, tulikuja pamoja kama community ili kaweza kutuunganisha wakazi wa Mihupo at large Sangalo Ward, ili tukaweza kuwa na mwelekeo pia, tuwe na sauti moja na tuwe na ushirikiano, ili yeyote akipata shida at least hiyo shida isimkumbe peke yake, bali wananchi wote wa feel na ikue sawa.
Andrew Juma Wanjara, patron wa Mihupo CBO, tena ni naibu wa chief wa eneo hili Mihupo Sub-Location. Siku hii tuko hapa kuzindua rasmi CBO ya Mwikupo. Alipokuwa mwanzo tulikuwa na vyama ambavyo havikuwa vimejisajili. Kwa hivyo nikahimiza vyama viende kwa registration office wajisajili ili wawe na cheti rasmi ya kufanya kazi. Baada ya kujisajili, tulionelea vizuri vyama vipate nguvu zaidi. Ndipo tuliwahimiza wakuje pamoja wakaunda CBO ambayo kulingana na maendeleo vile inaendelea vyama vimepata nguvu ya kufanikiwa.
The members have requested the Bungoma County government to help in funding the CBO in order to achieve its visions.
Hata kwa upande wa security, mimi ndiye chairman wa security hapa. Hii CBO, chairman wa hii CBO anatoka kwa nini yetu, kwa group yetu. Kwa hivyo kitu ambacho sisi tunataka ni maendeleo. Tufundishe watoto kupitia kwa hii mkanda. Alafu kitu cha pili, hii soko yetu hii haina haijachengwa soko hapa. Na tungeomba
Evelyn Wanjala, who is the group's vice chairperson, called on other willing members to join the group if they need a change in life.
Peke yetu hakika hatuwezi, na ni ombi langu juu yenu juu ya serikali kuu pamoja na viongozi wote ya kwamba mkipenda mkaweze kusikia ombi letu kama viongozi wa CPO hii ya Mwikupo, mkaweze kutushika mkono ili tuweze kuimarisha huu mradi wetu wa kuvuka kuku, kwa sababu ni mradi ambao unahitaji pesa mingi. Tunaomba kupitia katika serikali muweze kutusaidia kama kuna funds, hata kuna mama wetu mkuu mbele yetu, mama chini ya wamama. Ninakuomba mama kama mama vice chair, ukipenda kumbuka hii CPO yetu ya wamama pamoja na vijana na hata wazee wako ndani, ili tukipata fund kama ya huu mradi unahitaji fund ya 1.5 milioni.
For Prime News Maisha Television, I'm Philip Simio.
And now I'm taking a short commercial break. I'll be back shortly with more news. Stay tuned.
Nyinyi mko na noti ya 10k moja na it can only buy a chicken.
Kuna wale ambao wameiba mali ya umma, wale watu wa seminar na retreat.
NASA died. I'm a man of God. I prophesy NASA is dead. Tena iko shetani fulani anatuambia turudi nyuma tena kwa hiyo ndoa. Mimi ningependa tafadhali utuombee leo ile ndoa ya NASA. Tafadhali Apostle utuombee party leader wetu wasirudi huko.
Because ukiangalia time ya budget,
it's the poorest county.
Wale ambao wanajiweka mbele kwamba ni mafarasi ndio watu ambao watatupotosha katika hii nchi ya Kenya. Wao wanataka watutumie kama vibarakala, tuwapatie uongozi, hakuna manufaa tutapata kwao.
And now you have, let's say, 20 million who will be back. How do you bank that money again?
I'm telling you, the culture of selling stuff in Western Kenya, any asset must be sold, any liability must be sold. Have you seen for the past 2 years what this man has been going through? Every time he has to come out and explain things, and the people who are putting him in these problems,
hii wizi mingi imejaa Kenya.
Bwana mwe aliongoza Kenya hapo hapo na wizi kama hii.
Western Kenya needs a think tank.
Hizo ndo farasi mbili tunatarajia, lakini hao wengine tumechoka nao. Maana mtu kama baba hauwezi poa unapewa penalty kila wakati, haufungi bao na bado timu inakupatia penalty. Sisi tumempigia ya kutosha.
Tayari kusimama na Musalia liwe liwalo, kama vile baba aliposimama na watu wake wa Kisumu, akasema hata akisema ati ende uanguke kwa kisima, anaanguka kwa kisima ati juu baba amesema. So mimi pia niko ready kusimama na Musalia Mudavadi.
Sasa wanamsumbua rais, badala ya rais kufanyia kazi wa Kenya. Sasa rais amekuwa ati anashughulikia watu watano hapo kujaribu kuwapanga na tamaa yao.
Thursday, there is politics, leadership, and governance. And we ain't gonna leave you out of our conversation. You can text or call in 0746 999 841.
Maisha TV, the Kenyan channel pushing information to Kenyan viewers through digital television platforms.
Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
News.
Thank you for choosing Maisha Television for this broadcast.
Information.
The classes were in a poor condition.
Cultural programming. Coming to you through all major broadcasting platforms. Special in-depth coverage from around Kenya. Exclusive reporting from all across Kenya and the continent. Maisha TV presents high-class programming, engaging talk shows from our studios and outside broadcasting on a wide range of issues with trending perspectives.
I'm really asking our guys who are behind the camera to look for that clip and then play that clip.
Telling Kenyan stories you won't hear elsewhere.
The most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up to here.
Tangu corona ianze mwezi wa 3 tumekuwa na changamoto mingi.
Watching stimulating debates on a hot seat.
I guess. Wait, I don't know. Wait. Let me tell you about the seat.
No. The latest happenings from around you on Maisha Prime. The Prime talk shows connects us with realities of life. Hivi sasa, looking at your everyday life.
Wazazi wameweza kuwapa uhuru watoto wao na ndiposa.
And local business, finance and investment.
Some levels of smuggling of sugar.
Maisha TV digital platform engages users everywhere through multimedia approach technology. A Maisha Television digital platform, your local and continental channel platform where you choose it, watch it and love it.
The following program is rated MG. It is capable of turning you into a brilliant, respected, and enlightened person. It is therefore suitable for your mind change. Mental guidance is advised. It is a sanctuary where imagination is law, the border, pure leadership, unfolded entrepreneurship, nation and county development. So watch whenever and wherever you like, because this is your journey, our journey together. Watch Africa Dialogues every day on Maisha TV.
I just want to hear from the crowd. What do you think when you hear Africa?
Choose it, watch it, and love it. You complete me.
It's like you're my mirror, oh, my mirror staring back at me, oh, I couldn't get any bigger, oh, with anyone else beside of me, oh, and now it's clear as this promise that we're making two reflections into one, cause it's like you're my mirror, oh, my mirror staring back at me, staring back at me, oh.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is live at Hammersmith.
Is live from Damascus. We're on the doorstep.
For Maisha TV. For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television.
Trusted news, trusted sources, trusted dissemination of information.
Check by all available means our territory.
Parliament must be careful.
Maisha Prime News, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Trusted, unbiased, authoritative.
Welcome back, and let's shift now to politics, where Deputy President William Ruto has urged his competitors to focus on selling their agenda rather than looking for shortcuts to ascend to power. The second in command said his opponents were meddling with the operations of the independent institutions in the country for political gains. Dr. Ruto said Kenyans were after a leader with progressive ideas that will better their lives instead of being dictated or known to support. Our political affairs reporter Anthony Usundwa with more details on that story.
Deputy President William Ruto has urged his competitors to center on selling their agenda rather than looking for shortcuts to ascend to power.
Tunasema tuko na mpango ya bottom up, na hiyo bottom up ndio sum total ya hiyo. Tunasema wale ambao hawawezi kulipa hospitali ni wale wako bottom, wale hawana kazi ni wale wako bottom, wale walalala njaa ni wale wako bottom. Ndio tunataka tuwafanya nini? Tuwainue. Ndio hiyo, tunaelewana? So hiyo ndio tunapanga, na mimi nataka niwahakikishie hiyo mpango Mungu akitujalia tutaitekeleza kwa manufaa ya wananchi wote wa Kenya, bila ya kubagua sehemu hii ama sehemu ile.
He said busybodies were meddling with the operations of independent institutions in the country for political gains.
Kikamilifu kati ya serikali na kanisa. You know, so that the state can support the religious community. Kwa sababu ile kazi dini inafanya katika taifa letu la Kenya ni kazi kubwa, na ni kazi ambayo sio ya kibinafsi. Ni kazi ambayo inaleta Wakenya pamoja. Mnatusaidia kusimamia mashule, mnatusaidia kusimamia makanisa, tusaidia kusimamia mambo ya mahospitali, and therefore the partnership between the religious community and the state.
Ruto said Kenyans were after a leader with progressive ideas that will better their lives instead of being dictated on whom to support.
Tumekuja huko kufanya harambee ya kanisa, tumekuja kufanya harambee ya kina mama. Yule rafiki yetu haji harambee ya kanisa, hakuji ya shule, hakuji ya kina mama.
He further asked Kenyans to avoid regional parties whose main focus is to divide the country.
Na mimi nataka niwaombe watu wa Samburu, kila mtu apigiwe kura kwa kazi amefanya.
The DP spoke on Tuesday at his current residence where he met political and religious leaders from Samburu and Kajiado counties.
Pamoja na wewe katika safari yangu tatembea na wewe.
He said national parties such as the United Democratic Alliance will accommodate all Kenyans, their backgrounds notwithstanding.
Hata sadaka, mnasikia sadaka peke yake ni problem. Sadaka tu hii. Na unajua kuna watu wako na bahati, kwa sababu sasa huyo mtu hata sadaka atoi, lakini unakuta amepata kura 20,000. Unashangaa hii 20,000 ametoa kwa kufanya kitu gani? You know? Lakini safari hii Wakenya wamechanuka.
Ruto said it was regrettable that 5 decades